Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown in the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First target, first catch, and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they'll have all that time to find someone open downfield and only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The second down attempt knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Anytime the ball in the middle of the field and popped up in the air, that's what catch. No matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Off play action, Fields slings this deep for McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First down, a run with Cohen. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
As long as the air attack is getting them down here, but now is when you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Fields going to hold on to it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a great return as they're finally able to take it. Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Another run with Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 81 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are all tied at 28. Square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They're set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
A they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get in the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
From the 31, Fields. Out route here, he finds Turner. So the completion good for 6 yards. Now bring up what looks to be 30 inches. Can't be more than half a foot.
It's not called by the game there in second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Fields on third down. Able to connect with Dawson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Looking for Cole Turner. Bring up third down. I think he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. He might have said this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter play. Still 9 remaining on second down. Here's Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 40-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie-ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Ridge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
245 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue being productive in both the run and passing game in order for for them to try and snatch a victory.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on a scoop and score. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. Shifts by him. And he finds some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They'll play for the pass first.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Sanders again. And good work there defensively, so able to keep him out of the end zone. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Sanders. And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Even after the penalty, trailing in the 4th, they've still got to go. It's 4th and goal. going for it with Sanders. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it, a gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he totally forgot that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last says, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
They try again with Cohen. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up. And once the game was 1978. I think it was a November.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Commanders, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they fall for just the 4th time all season as they will finish 13-4. And now they'll have to see how the final playoff picture will all shake out.